Welcome to episode 24.
J's on my feet. J's on my feet.
What are you talking about?
20.
Michael Jordan?
Yeah.
He's number 23. That. Wow. It's like the most recognizable number.
I forgot.
Of
Wait,
all
no,
time.
somebody's 24. Who is 24?
Kobe Bryant. Well, for a while. Then he was 8. So.
Oh.
24. Cool.
Kobe.
Hey, I will say,
baller,
Jordan's new marketing push.
Oh my God, the Nike campaign right now?
Whoever came up with that, pay him more.
Deserves a raise. I saw
100%.
if y'all, so they're doing like the OG, if you're not familiar, they're doing the OG like first Jordans that like Jordan wore in the game that was fined for like the $5,000 per game and Nike paid the fine, whatever.
We saw the movie.
Fuck you. Okay, well, everybody maybe didn't.
Just
Maybe everybody did not. Excuse me for trying to educate the masses.
on the use
Sorry.
24. You
Sorry.
can't educate the masses on Jordan.
But
You don't
when
even
they-
have a pair of Jordans.
Do I not?
No, you don't. I have like 4 pairs, but you have none.
You got 4 pairs of Jordan.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Like I don't even have that many pairs.
Cody's an elitist.
We're not Jordan like sneakerheads like that.
No, but what I was saying, okay, but it doesn't matter. The marketing campaign is still good. I can acknowledge they were like passing out like citations to
That's pretty
people
cool.
at their like conference or whatever the fuck they were having their thing. And we saw the commercial last time we were watching the Grammys, and I was
Very
like,
good.
that shit is sick. Also, we're gonna touch on it. Listen, by the time this comes out, y'all are probably gonna be tired of hearing about Grammy
You
content.
gonna what on it?
Too fucking bad. I'm gonna what on it?
You gonna what did you say?
What did I
You
say?
gonna touch on it?
I'm gonna touch. Is that what I said?
Yeah.
Ew. No. All right, Grammys. Number 1 performance of the night for me, I think, has to be Doechie's performance.
Oh, Sabrina Carpenter's for sure.
Sabrina Carpenter's was so good and it was so cute and it was so camp and so fun. Doechie's was just so outrageously difficult and so good that I loved it. A female rap artist has not done anything
it was
like that
probably
in.
the best rap performance
She
I've
deserved
seen.
every bit of, and her mic was on. You know how hard it is to, I don't rap. Y'all don't want to see me rap. I promise. You know how hard it is to maintain that level of fucking breath control? And I can't do it.
That felt insensitive.
Insensitive?
It's
do you mean?
art, Leslie. You can't just. Blah.
Shut the fuck up. Eat the rich. No, and I'm back to it. Fuck the celebrities. No, it was actually so fun. I loved watching the Grammys and I loved watching the fashion. Taylor Swift looked fucking incredible.
Oh
She
my
looked
God.
amazing. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. She didn't win, and it's okay. She looked like she was having a grand Swiftie time anyway. Just cheering everybody on in the audience. Chapel Run's performance, fucking fantastic. Ray was amazing. Her vocals were out of this world. It was a great time. I enjoyed watching him overall.
It's a lot for me because Leslie is into it. And most of the time I watch the Grammys, it's just me going, who's that? And she tells me. What do they sing?
You knew enough this time. I was really surprised. I thought you did a good job with knowing who. There was only couple people that you were like, I don't know.
I didn't recognize Doechii. I knew her music,
Once you heard
but
it.
I don't think I'd ever put a face to it.
Because you know the Nissan Altima song that I like.
Well, she has like quite a few good songs that I know. I just never put a face to her.
Yeah.
Which was I don't know why, but she was definitely like a whole different vibe than I thought.
Mm-hmm.
I did think that her pants looked like those tunnels that kids play in.
I thought she looked sick.
Fashion is just
She looked tough.
beyond me sometimes. Like it's like half the people there look like, okay, yeah, it's a nice dress, and then the other half, like, what was the Smith boy, the younger one?
Jaden Smith.
Jaden Smith had a house on his head,
He did.
and
in
I don't
fact
mean
have
like
a house on
like a
his
little
head, like
tiny
a
house
castle.
or something. Like he built a house around his head.
Well, let's be clear. I'm sure he did not build.
Well, yeah,
Anything at
and
all.
it wasn't even a nice house. It looked like a toddler's art project, and I'm like, what are we doing here? Like, what is that supposed to be?
Okay, we also have, if we're touching base on it, Kanye, I think, hates his wife. That feels like a humiliation, like, kind of thing, and like some weird kink shit to have that woman be like butt-ass naked like that. Did y'all see that?
Hold on, let's take it back a step here, okay?
Well, Kanye's a piece of shit.
Kanye
so like,
can be a piece of shit, but like, are we just acting like she was forced to do
I'm
it?
not saying for sure.
I think they're both just weirdos.
Fucking
Like,
weird.
I think there's a complete.
Also, how
level
are you
of-
allowed to have your whole ass freaking
on the TV. I watched
coochie
people
out
like
on the television set.
recording her in a literal
booty
clear,
butt naked,
like everything showing.
whole coin slot out
have
for people to see. You have not heard that? I heard that term on TikTok earlier today. I said, that shit's hilarious. I wish I could take that as my own. Yeah, coin slot. I said, that's also, the funniest shit I've ever heard.
Stood there like the world's worst security guard. You know what I mean? Like, and then they kicked him out because they weren't invited. But I guess, like, who wins, though? Everybody, like, that's the main topic of that night for a long time was Kanye and his girlfriend. So, I mean, if his
wife, they're married.
Wow. Puts a whole different perspective on it, too. Like, you married her? Wait, they're married?
They're married, apparently.
Man, that's a lot.
And it's weird because she does look like a Kim K, like.
Well, that's because Kim K is just like pumped full of filler, like every one of those. Oh, that was something is crazy.
What?
None of those women can move their face. It is crazy to see, like, some of, like, these women who were very pretty, like, didn't need any work done, and just pumping silicone or whatever.
It's actually really sad.
Into their face. Yeah, it is sad because it's definitely stems from some body dysmorphia because, like, these are not ugly women.
No.
And, like, and they're not even old. Like, it's not like, oh, they were aging, so they needed it. Like, there are some of these women who are still well within, like, the prime of their life and just pumping it full. It's an odd thing to not. I mean, I think there's a level in which it's, like, fine. Like, what was her name? We talked about it.
Sheryl Crow?
No,
she looked amazing.
Heidi Klum.
Oh, Heidi Klum looks fucking incredible.
And I guarantee she's had some work done.
Well, you
right?
look at Heidi Klum,
bit,
and then you look at Chrissy Teigen, and it's like,
oh,
I'm also a Chrissy Teigen hater. I don't give a fuck. I do not like that one. I do not care for that woman at all. She's vile. She looks, and she was a very beautiful, but she was she can be vile, and I cannot like her as a person. She was a very beautiful woman. Like, that's just objectively very beautiful.
And now the side profile of her face.
It's so
looks
sad.
Alien, like in a very sad, literally alien. Doesn't look like a human's face profile.
Yeah, it's rough.
It's crazy.
No, it's really
like her cheeks, like poking out, like as far as her nose and stuff, and like not because she has like a super flat nose. It's literally just
her cheeks and her chin.
Injection in her chin looks very odd.
I would not. I've never been, and not that I ever thought I could in the first place, but I've never been more convinced that there's no way in fucking hell that I could hack it in LA. In any capacity in my life, nor would I even want to try. That environment feels so volatile and so, like, it makes me anxious just thinking about it. If you're an influencer out in LA, power fucking to you. Power to you. I love my smaller town I live in. That I get to come and I get to make my silly videos. Small fish in a smaller pond. Small fish in an even smaller pond. I love it here. It makes me question how people, like, have a video go, say, I had one video go viral, or, like, when I first had a video go viral, and I was like, packing it up, we're moving to LA, we're taking the whole fam out there with us. That's fucking crazy to me.
People do, though. And
people do, and it does work sometimes. So, power to you. I'm not, follow your dreams, bitch. Like, go for it, pop off. But y'all are bolder than I.
Actually, when this episode comes out, it'll be just a few days before we're going to LA.
We are going to LA for the first time.
So,
we're very
to our
excited.
Friend Bryn's brand party.
Brand
or what do you
party.
call it? Is it a party?
It's
or
like
not
a launch party. It's like a celebration for her brand, for her Every Jules collab. This is not sponsored. Every Jules isn't paying me. Bryn ain't paying me. But I love them, and her products are super cute. So if you haven't checked them out, and if they're not sold out, which they honestly might be by the time this is here, a lot of the products are already sold out.
Yeah.
Silver bracelet was already sold out. But if you want to and you feel compelled, definitely go check them out because the products are cute. Jewelry's really nice, and Bryn is just the best. So, hello, go definitely check them out. Right in time for Valentine's Day.
I feel like it'll be like the one place for sure that we just don't feel like we fit in.
I'm never going to feel more out of my element than I will next week, and I already have anxiety thinking about it.
I think that LA is such a crazy place. I wish, so this is what I do wish. I wish we could have gone when it was a little less sad, like there's some stuff going on, and like the fires genuinely like
agreed.
Cut out all the craziness of LA, but like the fires were
devastating.
Extremely devastating. to not, it's not just like, oh, celebrities, like
No,
the regular
real
people,
regular
everybody,
people.
10, what is it, 23,000 acres burned. So
Yeah, it's for the wildlife, the people, it's devastating. I have seen community rallying together, at least from what I can see from like the media, and you don't always trust, but it really does seem
no,
like
it
the
definitely,
community of
no,
LA is
I
really coming
definitely think
together and
so.
rallying around each other, um, and helping out
And I
their
don't know
fellow
how
man, which
that'll
is
kind of like
beautiful.
affect the trip and stuff. And like I said, we're not really going for sightseeing. We're going to support a
Our
very good friend
friend,
of ours. And
yeah.
so, obviously, um, hopefully we can help maybe a few people while we're out there or something, and
Mhm.
figure out a way to do something. I don't know. I don't know the landscape out there. You know what I mean?
I've
I don't know
never
how
been.
that
I've never
works.
been in
So
California.
yeah. Oh, I've been to California only one time.
I
Oh,
forget that your family's from there. I always forget that like piece of information about you.
my mom's whole side of the family's from California.
But you don't have any experience with like that type of California.
No. So the last time that I was at the beach, my mom's from Santa Cruz, California.
Mhm.
And the last time I was in like that area of California was, let's think here, I was like 12, I
Mhm.
think, or like 11-ish, something like that. So, I mean, I don't really remember any of it.
Any
You
of
know
it?
what I mean? And we stayed in like one house. You know
It
what I
was
mean?
about
Like we
visiting
didn't
family.
go.
You're not
Yeah, it
there to
was,
see
yeah.
Cali.
We didn't see, we
Yeah.
didn't sightsee, we didn't go out. So like, we just went there and visited family, and I almost it was very odd because we went to meet my family for the first time. Like I was 11, I never met any of them. I don't know why I'm telling this story, but go. All right,
It
I'll go
doesn't
ahead and tell
matter.
the story. When I was 12 years old, was the first time we went to like California to see my mom's side of the family, meet a lot of my cousins and things like that. And we were meeting up on the beach. And man, I got there and immediately
Fucking weirdo.
saw this girl. Thought she was spectacular. I don't even know. She's my cousin. I still don't know her name. But yeah, I was just infatuated.
You're
And
trying
I'm
to pull a
like, oh,
Ross
wow.
Geller,
You know what I
bro.
mean? Look how hot that girl is. She's older than me. And I was like, oh, look at that. And my mom's like, come meet your cousin. I was like, oh, God.
How old were you? Like 12?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Something like that.
obviously, like that was the end of that infatuation. But it was odd. And I still, to this day, have never seen her again. So
Could not tell you that.
could not. We could see her again in California. I wouldn't know. It's just that side of my mom's family.
They're not close like your dad's side of
Yeah,
the family is.
no.
They're
And
so
I think she was
far.
like my second or third cousin. It wasn't.
It's not like my
you know,
second or third cousins where we're all like
you're so close. It's so weird.
immersed
But yeah,
into each other's
yeah. I don't
lives.
remember. I know she was a part of my mom's family, but like not to the point of like her brothers or sisters' kids. So it's got to be at least like my
Some
second or third
distant.
cousin. But yeah, my
was funny.
grandpa who lived out there, he passed away. So I don't really have a lot. Like I wouldn't even know how to get in contact with anybody out
With
there.
any
So.
from your
yeah.
mom doesn't really talk to that side of the family too much either. So it's
No,
not like you have
and
like
her
some
mom
big
was
connection.
adopted. So like there's,
And she passed away.
she passed away as well. So I don't know. Interesting. Haven't been to California in a long time.
I was talking to Bryn about it the other day when we were planning the flights and whatever. And she was like, I've never been to LA. Like, I don't know what to expect. I don't know where to stay. And she was going to help. And she was like, Leslie, you've never been to LA? And she was meaning it like so sweetly.
Yeah.
And whatever. But I was like, Bryn, babe, like, I don't know how to explain this to you. Until last year, I had hardly been out of the state of Texas. Like, our life has changed so drastically in the last 2 years that I can't. No, I've never. No, babe, I haven't been to LA.
I'm sitting here thinking, our marriage, 10 years of marriage.
Yeah.
I don't think until like this whole situation, creators.
Yeah.
That we had ever flown on a plane that wasn't work related.
I had never flown on a plane with you up until last year.
So I was about to say, it's
when
always
we went
been...
to, where did we go? We went to South by last year.
Yep.
Was that last year? That was 2 years ago. That was 2 years ago.
No, it wasn't.
That wasn't last year. That was 2022 we went out there.
Oh, yeah, you're right, because I was working.
And I had red hair and
2023.
extensions. 2023. That's right. It's 2025. Holy shit.
Wow, I spent a whole year as a creator.
Yeah, this is you've
Crazy.
finished
yeah,
one whole
all
year
that
as a
stuff.
full-time creator. This is my 3rd year full-time. Shit is wild.
Well, if you posted one video anytime, you were a full-time creator.
Okay. Oh,
I'm not shitting on you. I'm just saying, like, you didn't have a
okay.
job before, so like,
I did
even
have a
when you were
job.
making $20, you're still a full-time creator.
$20, dog.
I agree with you, especially back then.
So I've been
tighter.
I've been a full-time creator since 2021. Technically, that's when I made my first $1 off of TikTok. That shit's so
Pretty
crazy that I've been
wild.
grinding on the internet for that long. I cannot believe that. No, but the last time I'd flown on an airplane up until I guess 2 years ago was I was like 16 and I went on a trip to New York with my high school theater troupe.
Yeah,
That
I
was-
was not well traveled, and I'm still not well traveled.
You had never flown on an airplane.
No,
period,
at all, until
until-
at my job in 2021.
Yeah, you had fly out
Flew
to
me
Milwaukee.
to Milwaukee. Yeah.
Lame.
Super nice place. No,
You got to spend a day in Chicago.
I did spend a day in Chicago.
Which I've
saw
never
one
been
of my
to.
friends from Chicago. Chicago's really cool. I did end up in the wrong side of Chicago.
By accident.
Yeah, like I didn't realize there's like growing up where like I grew up, there isn't really any danger anywhere like
There's
in
meth
that way.
everywhere.
Yeah, but there's no like place you shouldn't go as like a person.
Because meth is everywhere.
Yeah, well, meth heads are
I'm
not.
just
It's
kidding.
like I don't
I'm just
understand. That's not at all what I'm talking
just
about.
kidding.
So I didn't realize there's like an actual side to Chicago.
Yeah.
That you don't really want to go to. Like I growing up where I grew up, there really wasn't anywhere dangerous. Like small town. Like
Yeah.
Like don't get me wrong, things happen, but like there's not like there's no real danger. You can go anywhere in a city and like it's fine. And I was wandering around Chicago and ended up I don't even know exactly where, but it was late night and I was wandering by myself and I walked by and this elderly black man stops me and he goes, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I don't know. I was just kind of walking around looking at the city." He goes, "Why you can't do that here?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like this neighborhood, like you cannot be here. And I was like, "Really?" And he's like, "Yeah, like you don't walk around here alone, as especially as like a white guy alone, like clearly a tourist. Like you need to get out of here." He's like, you need to get in my car. I'm gonna drive you out of here." And like literally put me in his car. He's like, "Seriously."
What if you would have gotten in the car with him and like it would have been a bad situation? You just got in the car with a stranger?
He wasn't that big. So apparently I was much safer there. And he was
Well,
a
I
really
agree.
nice guy.
What a nice Samaritan.
Listen, I'm not a woman.
I
Like,
know
what do you
you're not a
mean?
woman.
A car is like an okay place to
But
be.
you
in.
so you're walking, you don't notice did the landscape not change?
Well, I mean, yeah, in some ways, but like I didn't in my brain, it wasn't like I was in danger. Like I don't know why, just like I've never had to worry about that. And so it definitely put a different perspective on kind of
That's
like
so crazy.
the
to think
landscape of
about.
like different places and like you genuinely like I walked for like 30 minutes and I was in downtown and I went the wrong direction and ended up in a
That's
neighborhood,
the
you know?
that's the difference between men and women is I could be in the nicest area of
Oh yeah,
town
you should
well lit,
always be worried.
and
for
I'm
sure.
horrified. Hearing you say that to me, and not that there's like you shouldn't be like I'm so glad that you're not, but hearing is so fucking crazy to think about. You're like, I've never had to be afraid of anything. What the fuck?
Well,
I'm
yeah,
afraid of
I mean,
everything
I don't
all
know.
the time.
I agree. And I mean, also, to be honest with you, normally in Texas, I would have self-protection, I guess you could say.
You can say a gun.
Are you allowed?
Yeah, we live in Texas.
YouTube?
You are a lawful like
Yeah, I
law-abiding
carry
citizen,
a
gun owner
you know,
legally, like
all the time. So,
a
but in
registered
Chicago,
firearm.
obviously I didn't, I didn't fly with it and you're not allowed to have
I don't
guns
think you're
there.
allowed to have guns there at all.
And well, legal guns.
Legal.
But
Whoop, there it is.
I don't know. Normally I just feel very like I could be all right wherever I was.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean that was one of those moments and like it really kind of hit me of like, some of these places in cities in America and other places around the world like people grow up in like a place like that knowing nothing else.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what color you are, race you are,
Mhm.
any of that. Like it's just such a different aspect of the world that like I grew up not having to worry about.
You're
in,
like the
that
little
tiny town.
what's that story? Like the mouse who goes to the big city? Like the little
Oh
mouse.
gosh,
That's you.
I barely, but it was kind of scary and like it put it in perspective of like, hey, be more aware of what
Your
you're doing.
surroundings.
Yeah, and it definitely made me
Heed
think
my-
like, wow,
Heed my omen, children.
I definitely would be a really bad girl. I was wandering in the dark at night. It was like 1 a.m. too.
What an idiot.
So,
What an idiot.
all right, guys, we actually have an update on a segment we did last week called the X Files. Okay, so one of our
Submissions.
fans
Yes.
submitted a story about the fact that her ex,
His ex.
faked her own death. Okay,
Crazy.
and obviously that blew us away. We said we have to get an update on this. So he ended up DMing us. Okay, and I'm going to give you a little bit more background on the story. Okay. So he said there's a couple clarifications. She was seriously mentally unstable when we were together, and that's why we broke up in the first place. She didn't fake her death until about 6 months after we broke up. Her sister was in on it, but no one else was.
What?
She didn't have a relationship with any of her other family. 3 months after her funeral, I got a call from a former mutual friend who ran into her at a grocery store.
That's so fucking outrageous.
She was living in Idaho at this point. I drove to her sister's house in Idaho, and she answered the door. I never talked to her again and haven't seen or heard anything about her since.
Okay. Here's okay. Wait. Here's the thing. You POV, you're that friend, right? You run into this woman in the grocery store. Your immediate thought is not,
Oh, she's
that's
actually
that
alive.
person.
Yeah.
It's, what the fuck is going on that this person looks so much like that? Or does your brain not even fully register it? And how do you confront that person knowing that, like,
Yeah, you'd be like,
so
no, she
bitch,
died.
what the fuck? Yeah, no, she died.
Like,
Because
she died. Like, you're like, no,
because
she
you're the
died.
crazy one for thinking.
Yeah, like,
Like,
no,
you
she
gaslight
doesn't
yourself.
exist. Yeah, she is dead. You saw somebody else. And then how much did your friend have to be like, no, I said her name. We talked about your past. This was her. And I think that's what probably happened, okay? Because if you think about, like, why else would you drive to Idaho? You know what I mean? Like, you have to be just sitting there thinking, no, he said it was her name. They talked about, like, there's no way, but he said he saw her. And you have to literally be driving yourself mad for, like, days and days and be like, I just got to go to Idaho. I have to go.
I have to fucking know the truth.
And see if she's alive, because it's the craziest thing you've ever heard.
Because worst case in your brain, oh, I'm being crazy. And then you take that. You still, I think even in that instance, I would still not expect
Yeah,
to
when she
knock on that
answers the
door and her to answer. And then what the fuck does she look at? Like, I can't even.
What does she say, right? Does she, I mean, I think if I was her, I would just close the door.
I can't
Like, I'm
even
not
put
doing this.
myself in that position to, here, role play, knock on the door.
Okay.
You're
Yeah.
the boyfriend. You're the ex. Hello.
What the fuck, Amy?
Slams the door.
Yeah,
that's
how
what would
the
happen.
only,
And scene.
the only reasonable, like, because I don't know what else you say. Like, you look at, like, obviously I don't know if her name was Amy, but, like, what the
Yeah, no, that's,
fuck
these are,
is
we're using
going
fake names.
on?
We don't have any fucking context. Please don't sue us.
Yes,
We don't know what's
absolutely.
going on.
But, like, what could possibly be I just can't fathom.
Also, his
just faking
comment,
my
hold on.
death.
So this guy's comment, we did not use his name. I don't know if y'all want us to use your name. We won't, just in case. But he commented on our YouTube video of last week's pod, because I had mentioned, like, maybe you're the piece of shit. Like, what the fuck did you do? This girl had to die to get away from you. And he was such a good sport. He said, I mean, to be fair, I am a piece of shit, but, like, she did not fake her death to get away from me. I sent y'all some clarification. So we love a self-reflective king.
Dude,
I
I'm
think
gonna be
that's
honest with
great.
you, that story, it's one of those things where you think, like,
It feels Lifetime movie-esque.
yeah, 100%. And it almost feels like you hear about stories like, oh, I knew this one person who, like, faked or died or whatever. And you're like, well, how did you meet? You're like, well, I met him on Roblox and, like, we almost dated for a while. But, like, did you really? Did you meet him in person? Because if you didn't, you got catfished. And she faked her death because she was a 74-year-old old man who met you online and dated you. And you had to fake his death. But to think that it's real, like,
This happened. Like,
what was she getting away from? You know
well,
what I
he
mean?
did
Like,
say, and we don't want to be insensitive to, like, people's, like, mental health issues and whatever else. I'm not trying to be an asshole here, but I am very, very confused. And it's even kind of shittier because if, say she is having some type of, like, psychotic break or, like, some type of manic episode, which is really, really devastating. Like, the person obviously needs help. And for your sister to fucking, like, feed into
well, that's
it
what I was about to say. Well, I'm
is
like, hold on.
crazy.
You got an accomplice of your sister.
I'm just trying
faking
I'm
your
trying
own
to,
death.
like, see it from the other side. And it's really hard, but, like, I'm trying to be...
You gotta really squint, like, it's probably acceptable. I think the only reason you can fake your own death is if you were an undercover agent and you exposed
Say what
the
if?
mafia.
What if?
What if she was an undercover agent and we just ruined her whole... Bro, she's got to leave Idaho. Amy's got to go.
Amy's gotta go.
You know what I mean?
Idaho,
We
no,
just-
Idaho.
we-
Gotta leave. It's my favorite joke.
What?
Idaho.
That reminds me of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, though, that with, like, anytime, like, I know there's so many better, examples of like, what do you call it when they have to hide you?
y- oh my god.
We don't have brains.
What is it, guys?
It is called protective custody.
You're in protective custody.
But every time I hear about it or see about it now, like I just think about Jake Peralta and Captain Holt going in protective custody into Florida.
And he's got the fucking like frosted ass tips. And they're in the aren't they in like the arcade? They work in the arcade or some shit. It's so dumb.
What would it take for you to go, like, how much danger do we have to be in for you to be like, we'll go into protective custody?
And this is clarifying question. Is this like the whole family, or am I having to leave everybody behind?
I will clarify for you, okay? To set the scene for you. Yes. All right, here we go. You have witnessed, ratted, done something, and you now have to take your entire family
off the grid.
New life, uproot everybody, never have like a solid existence again, always be looking over your shoulder. Or what point are you like, I can hold my own? Because I feel like our answer is going to differ wildly.
Well, what is your answer?
My answer better be like a lot of guys. I'm gonna at least try to take out a few before I go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna go in. Here's my thing. I saw that movie. What's that movie? And they're in protective custody in like Italy or something.
Oh, The Family. It's
The Family. Yeah,
it has Robert De Niro.
You're trying to tell me I couldn't just move to Italy or something? I could get out of Texarkana, and like the government's gonna pay to like put me up somewhere.
No more family. Our kids are alone. They're probably gonna change a bunch of schools. It's not a trip to Italy, Leslie. Like, Leslie's like, right now, I'll rat. Just get me out of here. You're like, I'll uproot everything for some good pasta.
Wine with every meal. They take fucking. I didn't know they did siestas like they do in Spain. Italy, they be siesta the fuck up over there.
For Italy.
Cody's like, babe, I love you. Like, we'll just We'll just go to Italy.
I'm willing to go to war to keep my life here and keep what we have. Leslie's like, I could forget everybody in our
I think that's a paramount difference between you and I, is our will to live.
Our will to live? That's not a will to live. That was a will for you to eat pasta every day. Like, you weren't like, I'm scared. You were like, Italy sounds nice this time of year. Like, it wasn't, you just don't, yeah, that sounds nice.
We go to Santorini. Here's my thing. You're not telling me that I have to be like slumming it. Those are different answers. It's
protective custody isn't about how comfortable the place you get put is.
Yeah, but it could be very comfortable.
You have to look over your shoulder your whole life. Your kids are looking over their shoulder.
Nah. You shave your beard off, nobody's ever gonna fucking find us. You shave your beard.
That's the worst part. That's the worst part.
Oh, God.
I'm not going shaving. No, dude.
You shave your beard. I've already been every hair color, so like, whatever, it's fine. I cut a fuck ass bob and we're fine.
Okay, so I guess your stipulation on this.
Okay,
so let's break it down, set it up. Your stipulation would be you'd have to be ratting on somebody big enough that you get to live in luxury.
Yes.
Still.
That is correct.
So it's not like you're moving to Idaho into an apartment complex.
No, I'm toppling like a government. I got some inside fucking information to topple a whole fucking nation's economy. Like, that's what I'm fucking talking about here. I ain't a rat, first of all, bitch. Okay?
What are you talking about, government? Nobody's...
I'm a... No, POV. No, shut up. Now
It's like a mob family, Leslie, not toppling
You think the mob? You think the fucking rich and wealthy don't run this country? We are 1 billionaire away from an oligarchy here, bitch. Okay?
We literally have a billionaire in office.
Yeah! Fuck! That's what I'm talking about! They are mob ties. This is the mob. Frank Sinatra was Frank Sinatra,
so you rat on the Trumps. That's where you're at.
That, like, level. Yeah. Like politicians. Like, I'm the fucking whistleblower here, bitch. Okay? That's where I'm at.
Yeah, but they all die. That's how dangerous it is. That's what I'm saying.
Nah, you're getting me out. You're giving me this.
You gonna rat on Hillary?
I'm getting out. Yeah, fuck them all. The whole U.S. government.
Suicide with 7 bullets to the back of your own head?
That's so aggressive and crazy to say to me.
Hey, listen, I think that protective custody would be like I would hate that. No
Here's my
friends,
thing.
no
Nobody
long
else is
term.
nobody else is worth ratting on. If you're not bothering me, I don't give a fuck. Do what you want. Live your life. Honestly, if it's not bothering like tax, I'm gonna rat on somebody for tax evasion. No, fuck off. I don't care. Taxation's theft anyway.
How
Don't pay
did
your
this
taxes.
come to, like,
I'm just saying, you have to do some like down dirty shit. And nobody does more down and dirty shit than our US government. And I stand on that 10 toes down.
Leslie, the government is who puts you up. You are missing the point.
Fuck!
You can't topple a government and then be like, now hide my family. Like you're
No, wait,
if
no,
you want
no,
a
no.
revolution.
Listen, I'm not.
If you want to have a revolution, you kind of got to be out there in the public eye, Leslie. Where are you going with
V
this?
for Vendetta. I don't know. I lost the point. I guess
Like you're like,
right.
I want to topple the U.S. government and then go live in Italy.
No, stop. I had to fly out somewhere tomorrow. I'm gonna end up on a fucking no-fly list.
Immediately.
Immediately. I don't.
What are
actually,
you talking about, though? Holy cow! You really went down a rabbit hole with that one.
I
It's like I want to live in Italy and topple the U.S. government. Like,
it has to be that level of like family. I'm
what
ratting
level
on.
of family?
Like the kind of family that has enough money that like they could influence economies, like topple economies. Like I'm talking like George Soros level like fucking people here. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. That's better.
That's what I.
That's better. That's a better solution.
We're finding it.
Finding
We're
it. Yeah.
finding.
But also, I'm pretty sure George Soros can find you in Italy. Like,
Honestly,
I think you're missing the point. You're like, I have, like, the only way I'm going.
You know, actually, fuck, I'm not a rat, so I'm never ratting anyway. Snitches get stitches, bitch.
You
We literally
keep
taught our
saying
sons
rat.
that.
I'm saying you could be like an undercover cop. That's also.
I ain't a fucking rat. I'm not telling. I am not a fucking tattletale.
So you're telling me right now, if you could effectively put away a sex trafficking kingpin.
Oh fuck.
You
Okay,
don't
well you
rat.
bring the fucking sex trafficking into it. But
Well,
I look
I
like
mean,
the asshole.
what are you
like
not
I look like
ratting
a
on?
fucking rapist apologist. No, fuck you. You're not gonna spin this around on me, bitch.
I
Okay?
didn't spin around. You're like, I'm never going to rat on nobody. I'm like, well, there's some people I would rat on.
It comes back to the
right?
tax evasion.
Tax evasion. Nobody's gonna put you in witness protection for telling that your neighbor didn't pay his taxes on time, Leslie. You clearly have to go after somebody bad. Yes. Like
But-
Pablo Escobar. Evil
Pablo
dude.
Escobar ain't finding me.
What are you talking about?
He's not finding me. And also, what? No, wait, no, stop.
What
Okay.
did Pablo Escobar do?
I know.
You were about to try to act like Pablo Escobar?
No.
Dude, Leslie is so convinced like the only bad people in the world are like government officials. Like don't get me wrong.
There's some of the
those
worst.
guys are horrible too, but like
There's-
also Pablo was not so great,
I
Leslie.
know.
He's one of those dudes who's trying to topple
Yeah,
like
but
the
I
government
didn't, but
of
I
his
didn't
time.
say it.
You thought it though,
But
which is crazy.
but then I thought, but I brought it around back. I brought it back around, and I found the plot.
that
And
got out of
that's
hand.
what matters.
That got out of hand. We need to
I'm
talk about the fact that we
sweating.
didn't read our Patreon subscribers. I
We're
just thought about that.
We usually start with the subscribers. We're gonna end with the
So
subscribers.
here's what we're gonna do.
today.
We're gonna end with the subscribers.
Listen, the Lord said that the last shall be first.
I
and
don't
the first
remember
shall
who
be
the last one we talked about was.
You know what I mean?
The last one we talked about. Let's start with Travis Lambert.
Travis.
You might have got a second shout out. I can't remember if you were on last week. Lunchbox. Thanks, bro.
Thank you, Lunchbox.
I think, bro. Yes.
was-
Derek K.
Thanks, Derek.
I appreciate you. Jim from The Office.
Hell yeah, Jim.
No, it just says Jim. Kaylee Radcliffe.
Thank you, Kaylee.
Tay Lu. That's kind of funny. It's
What is it?
Telu, but then she wrote in parentheses TAY-LU.
Tayloo.
So, thank you.
Thank you,
Tayloo.
Tayloo.
David Gardner,
Slay.
4 hours ago.
Oh,
You really
our
were
newest
there.
one.
The newest one.
There we go.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Patreon subscribers.
If you haven't subscribed to the Patreon, you could think about it. I'm going to be honest with you. We're going to try to do more and more and more and more and more in the Patreon.
Mhm.
We are working toward that. So it's definitely going to be somewhere that you kind of get to see, like
What?
I forgot.
What?
Update. I didn't even think about this. We got a studio. We didn't even talk. We
Oh.
have a studio. So right now we're just filming in my golf shop with a black curtain background. We are going to have a full
set.
studio. Okay. Full set. Something awesome that we don't have to tear down every single time. It's going to make this so much easier to make content for you guys. It's going to be better content, higher quality.
It's going to be cute.
We're going to try to get our first sponsor for in there. Maybe put up a sign in the background.
So if you want it,
you know,
let us know.
we're also, I think one of the things we're going to do is have like something in there. Which I think we're doing is like possibly like, I don't know. I've been thinking about maybe like writing every Patreon subscriber on the wall on the background or something.
I don't know.
Have something.
Give us an
Try
idea.
to figure it out. You know what I mean?
Want to see?
Yeah, give us some ideas.
But
we are building it, so I think it's going to be really cool.
It
should be. I don't know. It's probably still like a month or two out.
Yeah, so for the next several episodes will still be.
Yeah, so you'll still see quite a few episodes here, but know it's coming.
It's coming.
We just signed a lease on it, so
we love y'all.
It's gonna be awesome.
Like, share with your friends, subscribe, maybe. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.